No, ma. Will be somebody here on the first year inside.
Yeah, the first is coming from in the embassy to people out of Ireland. So there's somebody in there, if you ring the bell, they'll come out and...
Yeah, no, you want to give it to me now, I can give it up.
The ambassador has to leave at 4 o'clock, so he said that he was aware, and that the ambassador was aware of it, but just you could wait for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I just want to let you know why we're here. I'm sure you know from Facebook that the Italian Parliament are having discussions, and have been having discussions about 3 months ago, about a piece of legislation that will be passed quite soon. The senators have drafted some legislation and it's been given to the main parliament, and it looks as if the lobby groups who are supporting popular implantation and the oral system in Italy, I'm almost going to say Irish Sign Language, but that is Italian Sign Language, so they want to change the terminology to language of mime and gesture. So I think it's quite interesting that they're demoting the language, but for so many years deaf people have been lobbying, working for it, and you might think that that's just an Italian decision, but the consequences could be widespread as a result of that. So it's important that Italy say no, and that we're here now to show support for Italian Sign Language. And it's not just outside the embassy in Dublin that it's happening, but it's happening in London, in Washington DC, in San Francisco, in Edinburgh, in Berlin. So people are just meeting for like 10 minutes or an hour. We're hoping to be able to complete the petition, get a record of this and have it videoed. That's the group of us here, so that we can have some impact and to show that we have done a lot, so we can complete the letter and hand it in, and then it will be passed on to the Italian government, and hopefully they'll realise that other countries are aware of this as well, and that may influence them in making a decision. So this morning, one of the Italian members of Parliament, like our TDs here, have been discussing it. So LIS is the term for Italian Sign Language, and they're trying to change it to LNG because it shows that language is really, really powerful and that terminology is really important. So by downgrading the name, it will downgrade the language. So the thing is, if they're planning it there, it could happen here as well. So we may have to rely on their support. There's no point in us just focusing on ourselves and working as a small number. So thank you all for coming. You're a part of history and you've done your duty by turning up, so you should applaud yourself for being here. And I'll hand you over to Kevin. Thanks to John Bosco for arranging for everybody to come here. And we have a letter that's an IDF headed paper, and that I'm going to sign as the chairperson. So it's talking about Italian Sign Language and also talking about the European Union of the Deaf and the vote that was held with regards to the recognition of sign language last November as well. So we're going to mention those in our letter. So I won't repeat everything John Bosco said, but it's just really to support the idea, and then have the The language, so we're trying to keep the standard high. So if you could pass it on to the ambassador, you can pass it on to the government. So we're here today, but in other countries, there are other people at Italian embassies all over the world submitting petitions and letters. So if you could pass it on to the ambassador, that would be great. He's just going to just tell people this letter here. So if you could just acknowledge it and just that the ambassador acknowledges that they've received the letter when they get it, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Perfect. You're very well. I am staying only here today or in another place?
So we're just here today. So
okay. Okay.
You mean on the other locations? Well, there's protests at other embassies all over the world. So like there's some in Washington DC, in Edinburgh, in London, in Berlin, different Italian embassies all over the world. That the ambassador is refusing to accept the letter and it's being given back to the people who turned up today. So, but no reason has been given as to why. So we just want to have a record of that happening. So we can post the letter in. We can post it. Yeah. Okay. So we send a registered letter to the ambassador then. That's not a good way to make contact with the city by dropping it in. Very disappointing. If you could convey that to the ambassador, that it's a very poor reflection on Italy that the Italian ambassador refused to accept the letter. Perhaps there's a question just coming. Could you pass a message to the ambassador and ask why is he refusing to accept the letter from the people who gathered here? From us, if you can ask him if he can give a response as to why he's refusing to accept the letter.
Okay. I think the better way is posting a letter and in the same letter asking that question. I think it's a better way.
But like this, we would just feel that the face wouldn't be safe. Like, you know, the idea was we were coming face to face to try and submit that today. Like, you know, because like I mean, in Ireland, like sometimes letters get lost, you know. So we're here and we're handing one in right now, you know. So. Okay. So maybe it doesn't really make sense to everyone who's gathered here today why that the ambassador is refusing to accept the letter. Like on what grounds?
You can show them that in the same letter that you post this one with a registered post, you can put an. Do you have headquarters here? Yeah.
Yes.
With the address of the headquarters, yes. Maybe you ask an answer about it.
Exactly. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
So we're waiting. We're hoping for somebody from RTE to turn up. So. Why?
Me personally, I can't because I don't know.
I'm sure RT would be wondering why the Italian ambassador is refusing to accept a letter from people gathered outside the embassy today. You know. The ambassador has sent you out, but it's just the ambassador. Could we find out exactly what the ambassador said to you, just to tell them?
I can just.
Yeah, please, if you could try. Yeah, so we'll wait for the ambassador to answer us if that's okay. We'll stay here and wait.
Just one more.
Thank you. Ready?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I talked with the secretary of the embassy.
Pardon?
I talked just now with the secretary of the embassy.
Okay.
And she told me to tell you that you can send that letter with a request for the refusal. Okay. And he sent back you a letter with all the information. Okay.
So they have to post in a letter.
Yeah.
With all the information. The one that we handed in, we have to post that in again.
More information about the refusal and everything about it.
Okay, just if you could inform the ambassador that everybody who's standing here feels insulted, that it's a really serious matter, and that the ambassador is treating it in this manner, and we're going to make contact with other countries about this as well. Okay? Thank you. Thanks. The ambassador won't accept the letter now, but we can send a registered letter and add in a request for an explanation as to why it was referred to us, because that I informed them that, you know, that we were doing a visit outside and it was very disrespectful to